On Sports Radio 16 coming to you live from New Orleans, WrestleMania, guys. It's crazy, man. The people are excited for WrestleMania. I tell you, the food has been totally off the chains. I had some fish last night that had that Cajun spice to it.
Blackened.
No, it wasn't blackened.
It wasn't blackened.
It just had that Cajun spice. If anybody know about Booker T, they got to know about Cooker T. I'm always in the kitchen, man, doing my work. But right now we got a special guest just dropped in here. We at Radio Row. We got my man. Come on. Adam Cole. Are you kidding me? Adam Cole is in the house. Thing is, Adam, what's going on first and foremost?
Hey, not too much. Really happy to be here. Happy to be here for my first WrestleMania weekend too. So real excited. Thanks for having me.
I tell you, it's got to be exciting because I remember I was in the Northeast area. I saw Adam Cole come in with his bag. He was looking like death warmed over. You know what I mean? Coming from one independent show, going to another one, going to overseas. Whatnot. Out there working, grinding. That's what the world of this business is really truly all about. Going out there grinding. But most importantly, getting that worldly experience. You hear the WWE now, but you hone your craft out there, like I did, cutting your teeth, going from show to show, looking through the curtain, watching guys, perform, stealing, all of their methods. That's what I did. I stole everybody's stuff I possibly could. I said, I'm going to make it my own. And then, I was at the pay-per-view, and the next day, Adam Cole comes walking in. But before that, he said, he's like, man, I'm just waiting on the call. And I said, man, don't worry. They're going to call. You know what I mean? He's like, man, I'm waiting, you know what I mean? Then next thing the pay-per-view, who walks in the door? Adam Cole. Hey, Book, what's going on? I was like, oh, what's going on? Adam, boo, you here? Awesome. How's that feeling, man, actually making it to the WWE?
Unbelievable. There was such a mixed bag of emotions for me because, again, like you had said, when I first got into pro wrestling, my end goal was always to make it to WWE. So to get to finally arrive there and do what I did, where I came out at the end of the show, left the NXT champion laying, stood there in the ring, I mean, it was surreal. Again, I look back to when I was 9 years old and I saw Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock for the first time at WrestleMania 15, and I was like, oh, I have to do this. So to fast forward so many years later and to be able to be a guy who stands in that ring with the fans all around, having a ball, it was awesome. Of course, when I first came in, I was worried, thinking, oh, are they going to care? Are they going to know who I am? There's a bunch of different things going through your head, but the Brooklyn crowd was off the charts.
How many years actually did you spend out there, on the independent scene?
Today is my 10-year anniversary of since I started pro wrestling. So about 9.5 years.
I mean, that right there is, that speaks for itself as far as, your dedication. The hard work that you had to put in, those companies that you work for, like the ROHs and companies like that. I always tell my students, I always say, you got to be the best where you are before you can even think about being the best at the next level. And that's one thing that you did very well. You put yourself, on stage by going out there performing at a very, very high level, as well as the independent world, the wrestlers, they respect what Adam Cole, brought to the table. So I tell you, my respect, goes out there to you, man. I mean, I respect all you young guys that's coming up, doing it the right way, making it to this company, living out that dream, making it to this point, WrestleMania weekend. What does this mean to you?
It means everything. Yeah, again, I hate to sound like a broken record, but when I was a little kid and I envisioned and imagined wanting to be a pro wrestler, obviously the end goal is, gosh, it'd be so cool to go to WrestleMania. So after 10 years of traveling to Japan, Europe, Australia, Mexico, all over the world, honing my craft, to get to this point, to be here in New Orleans this weekend, it's awesome. It just makes me even more excited for next year and the year after that and the year after that, always thinking ahead. But I'm going to try to relish and enjoy this as much as I can this weekend.
It really is all about, the next one and the next one. For me, I started in this company in 2002. Man, it's 2018 now. And I've been a part of so many WrestleManias, so many moments. If you had a chance to, call that dream match for yourself, who would it be against?
Yeah, for me, number one, for sure. I know it's not possible now, but me versus Shawn Michaels would be my absolute number
That's
one
yours, right? Too. Right?
What do you, that's mine. That's mine too.
That's a lot of people.
Shawn Michaels is that guy that, I never got a chance to wrestle in my singles career, you know what I mean? We was always, opposite sides, in tag matches, triple threat matches, stuff like that. But we never got a chance to actually go one-on-one, and I always thought Shawn Michaels was talent. I always thought Shawn Michaels was truly Mr. WrestleMania. And for me to actually get a chance to, what's going on? I hear the New Day. They running around and making all kinds. They're going to be over here later, but right now we got Adam Cole here with us, Sports Radio 610. Have you? What is your big experiences here in New Orleans as this form? What did you experience? I mean, have you gone out, had any of the food? Have you tasted the gumbo? Wait a minute? Do you know about gumbo?
I had it for the first time last night. As a matter of
first
fact.
timer.
First time ever. Man, it was unreal. It was delicious. Really, really good. The food's out of control.
Well, I was going to say, speaking of first evers, I wanted to ask you about it. I saw you perform there in Houston at the War Games, and it was the first ever War Games match in the WWE, going out there NXT Toyota Center. How was that? Like, all the history of the War Games match. Book your first main event.
That was my first pay-per-view. I was at the main event in Houston, Texas, also. So how was that experience?
Yeah. That again was such a cool thing for me because I watched the War Games matches growing up. And that kind of came so out of left field. Like, no one really knew or saw this coming. And to be the one involved in it, at that point it was my first NXT TakeOver match. So to start off with, like, War Games was pretty awesome. It was brutal, it was tough, it was rugged, but the fans were great, and we gave it our all in there. But that was really, really cool. Standing on top of that cage and getting suplexed off the top of it was pretty scary, but I survived.
Talk to me about the NXT experience. I mean, a lot of guys that come from the independent scene, they think about, going straight to the main roster. Man, they want to get there. They want to start selling the T-shirts, but yourself, you're taking that meticulous path, you know what I mean? And me personally, I think it's a good choice, you know what I mean, to go through NXT to reign supreme right now. Tag team, I see you got the gold next to you. To reign supreme, what is it like being in NXT, and what is the talent level like there?
Yeah, the NXT experience has taken on a life of its own almost. Like the fan base and how proud and passionate they are about the NXT product. The guys here are some of the best in the entire world. But I think more importantly is the initial connection that you can make with fans of the WWE within NXT is so organic going forward. Like, when I see guys from NXT who leave to go to Raw or go to SmackDown, the excitement level from those fans when those NXT guys arrive is on another level, more so than a lot of other guys even coming in. So to see that relationship that the fans have with these NXT guys, to see the brands that the NXT stars have built within NXT, again, has taken on a life of its own. And it's something I definitely wanted to be a part of. I watched NXT as a fan even before I started working here because I loved the product, I loved the fans, I loved the guys. So, yeah, definitely wanted to be a part of this.
Character building, you know what I mean? For me, when I got to the WWE, and I had been in the business for 11 years, and then I got to WWE, and all of a sudden, the character building came into play. And I was like, man, I'm a wrestler, you know what I mean? I mean, I go out and perform, I go out and, do my thing in the ring. And then I started, doing stuff with Goldust, you know what I mean? I started, running around from Stone Cold Steve Austin, you know what I mean? Him and I, fighting in the grocery store, you know what I mean? Literally, Booker T and Goldust at the movies, you know what I mean? The Bookie and King, not the Scorpion King, the Bookie and King. That right there, is what made me who I was. I was willing to, leave all of my accolades behind, everything that I did, in the past, to say, man, I want to start something new, something fresh. Open my eyes, open my ears to something, that I really had no idea was out there. When I first got to WWE, they made me go and take a class, as far as dealing with the media. I'm like, why am I doing this? I've been in the business for, 12 years, and what are we doing here? And then I realized I needed that extra experience to be able to, deal on the next level. Right now, you're in that position. Right now, you're, I would say riding a wave, to this next level of, your success. As far as, what do you see Adam Cole, 5 years from now?
It's actually so tough to say, because for me, I discovered very early on that if I focus too much on the future, especially things that I can't control, I'll drive myself nuts. So I really do go day to day, week to week, month to month, and think of the things I can control. What can I do to make myself a better performer today? And I've always had that mindset ever since I was 18, 19, 20 years old when I first got in. So I can tell you a lot of things that I would like to happen. but as far as where I see myself, it's so tough to say. It's so tough to
Now,
say.
you know what? I like that answer because this is a business where you got to make it happen.
Yeah.
This is a business where it is, day to day, week to week, month to month, year to year. I mean, just like here in a couple of days, we're going to have WrestleMania, WrestleMania 34. But the road to WrestleMania 35 starts the following day. Staying healthy, being prepared. Preparation is the only luck you're ever going to have. How have your body felt over the last 10 years? What kind of injuries, or if any?
Yeah, I've been fairly lucky. The only major kind of injury I had was my left arm. I had my labrum repaired, partial tear in my tricep, and I had my elbow fixed too. And I was only out for about 4 months. That was a nagging injury that lasted for almost a year, until it was a point where I couldn't weight train as hard. I was having trouble sleeping at night, so I was like, okay, I got to fix this and get it taken care of. But other than that, Book, I've been real lucky.
Yeah, your time off is a wrestler's worst enemy. I talk about that all the time.
I want to say, WrestleMania is Sunday. It's probably one of the most stacked WrestleMania cards in quite some time. What match are you looking forward to the most?
Oh, for me, AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura. That one to me is just going to steal the show. They've done battles in Japan before, and they've been epic. But to be on the grand stage of WrestleMania, I think it's going to be something that a lot of fans have never seen before.
AJ Styles' level of performance has gone through the roof. Since coming to WWE. I mean, AJ has always been a great performer. He's always been a great wrestler, entertainer, however you want to put it. But AJ Styles, his game has totally taken an upward swing since coming to WWE. I mean, his mindset, thinking 2 steps ahead, going out there and thinking about the fans so much more than I think he did in the past. And I don't know if it's the maturity of AJ Styles or not, but he's definitely a better wrestler than he was, say 3 years ago.
Oh, for sure. Like you said, AJ was always really talented, but he became one of the best in the world these past few years. The star, the level of performance he has now, he's so good. It's so fun to watch.
Hey, Adam, you here at WrestleMania. This is your first WrestleMania experience. I know it's not going to be your last WrestleMania experience. If I can give you some advice in parting ways, once upon a time, Booker T, I wished to be in the main event of WrestleMania. I wondered if that time was ever going to come. It came. Booker T versus Triple H in the main event at WrestleMania, man. It was an awesome night. I didn't win that night. I wish I had a wish to win as well. Make sure you do that. Adam Cole, I appreciate you, dog. Thanks, man.
Thank you.